All right. So first off, I'd like to say, Kal, Allah, Yahweh, Shai, Bashim, Dash, to be honors to the apostles of Greatness Stone, starting apostle Tahar, and down. Um, and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth. All you hearers of this word, all you believers and all you supports. Um, this is a brother from Jamaica, Ash, coming to you with another video, you know, as we keep updating as the prophets are to, as we go along, right? So, everybody know what take place now in terms of pandemic, in terms of convict, um, the convict out and stunting, so called anyway, um, and of course, you know, Maximus plan, Maxine plan, what them have, you know, with a push along with them narrative. So this article, I think it was released, one day ago, January 4th, right? Today's the 5th, right? And it reads, it said, Boris Johnson confirms new national lockdown for England as UK registers record convict cases. So, you know, the whole world pushes narrative now, right? With with a particular goal in mind, right? Because the whole world right now I follow off the system of the beast, so, right? That's which part of the world I go to, right? All of this thing where this propaganda where take place right now, all right, a part of the whole plan, to bring across the global agenda, right? And of course, ultimately the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, right? It's all about them new society, them new systems and whatnot. So if it all the reason why every nation right now are obliged towards this because all nations agree, that them are go for this great reset, right? So all them things and the news, in whatever country you're in, then you're supposed to hear something similar. Let me just get going the article, get two precepts. He said England will enter a new national lockdown until at least mid-February, when vulnerable groups should be vaccinated against the convict. It's a Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced on Monday. No, that's the next step, right? The whole vaccine thing is the next step, right? To start the process. No, I don't want you to think that these men are doing this for your good, right? These men have a plan, them have an agenda, what them are trying to complete by a specific time, right? And then them give you a time, which is 2030, right? After them time, right? So 2020 was the beginning of the Reformation, right? So 2021 won't be any better. For who out there say, the year are gonna get better or whatever, things are change, 2020 finish. It's nothing like that, right? It only gonna get worse, right? It all keep going on, going on, going till them fully accomplish what them set out to accomplish by 2030. Not in 2030, but by 2030, right? It's describing the move as a part of a great national effort to fight the convict. Johnson announced a nationwide lockdown until at least mid-February. By that time, Johnson said, if things go well, quote, quote unquote, if things go well, and with a fair wind, all the UK's frontline health and social workers, elderly and clinically um, vulnerable, will have been jabbed. So again, these men are not here for better, right? Them have an agenda. No one knows what this job will do, right? There are reports of people, dying. There are reports of people having weird side effects like swelling, tongue, um, dead limbs, palsy, all sorts of things, right? But these are the things that we have to expect for your enemy because you be out here trusting your enemy. You have people, willing and ready and waiting, right? To get jabbed. Why? Because they want to go back to the norm, how things were before. But things will never go back to that, right? Things will never go back to that. 2020 mark, the start at the end, I better believe that. Um, this Revelation 12 verse 12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had a short time. Right, and now in time you get shorter and shorter because if you follow your media in your thoughts, you realize that you have certain things, you know, where take place where I get more prevalent, right? Namely, so-called UFO sightings, which are the chariots of the Heavenly Father, of course. But the sightings they might get more prevalent, might get more popular, and it get harder and harder to hide. Right, matter of fact, um, um, governments now around the world stop putting the effort to hide it, right? And just start openly to talk about it now like it's something normal, right? Even though you have the masses who are still ignorant to these facts, right? But quite a few people are getting into it, right? So the devil come down having a shot, knowing that he had a short time, right? Because the Lord I get ready to come back to come deliver his people, right? And he know this, right? So he might try to push everything across rapidly, right? And there's no turning back here. The roller coaster gone off of the ramp, and there's no turning it back, right? It's like a car or a truck where run out of brake off a hill, fully loaded, right? So with the weight to push it, there's no brake, it can't stop you. It just keep going and going till it come to an abrupt end and cause massive destruction, right? The- yeah, so yeah, I had another precept. It just slipped my mind. Why I'm going to get that line of thought. Um, what was it? Oh, we're speaking about Boris Johnson in regards to in regards to the lockdowns. Right. This was the one I wanted. Right. So this is Ezekiel, Ecclesiastes, sorry, 12 and 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right. So the doors are shut in the streets because the business places little by little are closed down. And when them say lockdown, everything has to shut down now. So all them businesses and whatnot have to get shut down, right? So the grinding low, right? And he shall rise up at the voice of a bird, and all right, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, everything I get quiet, So place I get quiet, right? This is like the calm. There's gonna be this is like calm before the storm. There's gonna be a quiet moment, a moment of silence where you think like everything's gonna be okay, and that is gonna be that in a sense that is gonna be their peace and safety because they're gonna when it, when them take the vaccine, they're gonna think, yeah, this is it, we can everything all right. So like yeah, when they get vaccine, they're gonna say, everything all right, but guess what? That's them peace and safety, but destruction will come right behind it, right? So as time go on, we keep bringing out this truth, we keep bringing out, we keep bringing out the information, I make this truth be out here, bright in your eyes like the sun, right? There's no escaping this. There's no escaping this truth until the time of the end, until the Most High, um, until the Most High put a halt on prophesying, right? And hearing the word of the Lord. That's what I say. I found every word, right? So until the next one, shalom.